Hello, welcome. For this tutorial you'll need DK weight yarn. I'm using some orange yarn for the pumpkin and gray is going to be my base color here, and I'll need a little bit of green to make the stem. I'll be using a 4mm crochet hook. I'll also be needing a yarn needle and a pair of scissors. Before we start, I would request you to please like the video, share it, subscribe to the channel if you're new here. Please, I know my schedule is all over the place and I apologize for that. But I have a few things planned for Halloween. So I would request you to please subscribe and help me reach my goal of having 5,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So we are going to start off with a slip knot, and you can make the slip knot any way you're comfortable making it. Start with a slip knot and chain 22. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Here you go. Now into the second chain from the hook, we are going to make a single crochet, and we are going to make one single crochet in each chain all the way to the end. So at the end of row number 1, we are going to have a total of 21 single crochets. Make a single crochet in each chain all the way to the end, and I'll meet you at the end of row number 1. Okay, so I've reached almost the end of my row number 1. I'm going to make my last single crochet, chain up 1 and turn my work. Now this chain 1 does not count as a stitch. For row number 2, 3 and 4, we are going to make one single crochet in each stitch with our base color yarn. So continue making your row 2, 3 and 4, one single crochet in each stitch. That means you're going to have 21 single crochets from row number 1 to row number 4, all done in the base color. So continue making your single crochets, and I will meet you at the end of row number 4. One single crochet in each stitch. At the end of every row, you're going to chain up 1, turn your work. Make 21 single crochets, chain up 1, turn your work. And let's meet at the end of row number 4, because in row number 5 we are going to start our graph. So let's finish our first 4 rows, and then we'll start up with row number 5 together. This is what it looks like at the end of row number 2. Finish row number 3 and 4, and then we'll meet up to start off with our graph. Okay, so I'm done with my 4 rows of 21 single crochets. Now we're going to bring in the orange yarn because we would be needing it in row number 5. We're going to start off row number 5 by chaining up 1 and turning our work. and we are going to make 6 single crochets with our main color. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now I'm going to complete my 6th single crochet with my orange yarn. And please keep in mind that while you're working on this graph, you are going to choose a side. There's going to be one right side and one wrong side. You are always going to drop your yarn on the wrong side so that you can carry it behind your work. So take the orange loop, finish your crochet stitch with it, turn your work. I'm going to put a little knot over here because I feel comfortable doing that. If you don't feel like doing it, don't do it. You can always sew in your ends later, but I find it to be a little secure, and this knot is going to be on the wrong side of my coaster, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, now I've dropped my gray yarn at the wrong side. The back side is always going to be my wrong side, but when that wrong side comes to the front, when it's facing me, it is still going to be the wrong side because I'm going to carry my yarn on that side only. Okay, so with the orange yarn, I'm going to make 9 single crochets, and I'm going to carry my gray yarn behind my orange yarn. So I'm also going to carry this small little tail for as long as I can. Okay, so 9 single crochets starting up in the next stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Now I'm going to complete my 9th stitch with my gray yarn, and I'm going to drop my orange yarn at the back like so. Now once I finish the row, I'm going to turn my work and you'll be able to see why I have sides here. And we are going to make 6 single crochets with the gray yarn. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Chain up 1, turn your work. Now for row number 6, now this is my wrong side, and you can see that my gray yarn is showing at the wrong side. Okay, so I'm going to start row number 6 with 5 single crochets with my main yarn. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and I'm going to finish my 5th stitch with the orange yarn. Now I have to drop my gray yarn. I'm going to drop it to my wrong side. That happens to be at the front right now. And I'm going to finish my 5th stitch with the orange yarn. I'm going to finish it. Now you can see that there's this strand over here that's blocking my stitch. Okay, so we'll be carrying the gray yarn. What you're going to do is that you're going to place your hook under the gray yarn and that orange strand, and you're going to pull up a loop, and you're going to complete your stitch. I will be making 11 orange stitches, making sure that my gray yarn is carried on the wrong side of my work. which is now facing me. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and I am going to finish my 11th stitch with my gray yarn, and I'm going to drop my orange yarn on the wrong side of my work. Okay, there you go. Give it a little tug so that your stitches aren't too loose. Now in the last 5 single crochets, I'm going to make 5 single crochets with my main colored yarn. So finish making your 5 single crochets, and we're going to start off with row number 7 together. Row number 7 is where we make the mouth of the pumpkin. Okay, so now it's time to start our row number 7. We are going to chain up 1 and turn our work. This is what the right side of my work looks like. Okay, so for row number 7, we are going to make 4 single crochets with our base color. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And as usual, I'm going to finish the 4th stitch with my orange yarn. I've dropped my gray at the back on the wrong side. There you go. Now, if you look at the wrong side, you again have that strand jumping up because you've started a stitch earlier. So when you make your first stitch, you have to make sure that you take that strand along with the hook as well, like this. Okay, we are going to make 4 stitches with our orange yarn. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Finish the 4th one with your main color because we're making the first tooth of our pumpkin after this. Okay, we're going to make 1 single crochet with our base yarn. That's going to be the first tooth, and I will be carrying the orange yarn at the back. 1, finish this stitch with the orange yarn. 1 orange single crochet, finish it with the base color. Now again, 1 with the base color, finish it with orange. 1 with orange, finish it with the base color. And this is going to be the last stitch for the tooth that is going to be with the base color. I know it's too wiggly, but I'm very comfortable doing this the tapestry style. Okay, there you go. Now we're going to make 4 stitches with orange after our last tooth. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Drop the orange at the wrong side, pick up your main color, finish your stitch with that. And the last 4 stitches you're going to make with your main color. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. For row number 8, you're going to chain up 1 and turn your work. Now this is the wrong side, and you can see why it's the wrong side. This is the wrong side. This is the right side. Okay, for row number 8, you're going to make 4 single crochets with your main color. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm going to finish the 4th stitch with my orange yarn. I'm going to bring my gray yarn to the back of my work. That's my wrong side. Okay, with orange, I'm going to make 3 single crochets. And remember, you have to carry the gray along. So take your yarn under your gray, take your hook under your gray yarn, take it all the way through that strand and insert it into the stitch. There you go. We are going to make 3 single crochets with orange. So 1, 2, and 3. We are going to drop the orange to the wrong side, pick up our gray. We will be carrying the orange yarn for the next 7 stitches. So I'm going to make 7 stitches with my base yarn. 1, 2, 3. Let's hope that our yarn does not get knotted here. I don't want it to get knotted. Okay, wrong side, facing you. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Finish the 7th stitch with your orange yarn. Drop it back to the wrong side. Pick up your orange yarn. Finish the stitch with it. Now for the last 3 stitches, we are going to make them like last 3 orange stitches would be done with orange. So 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to drop my orange back over here and I'm going to pick up my main yarn. There you go. And we're going to make 4 single crochets with our orange yarn, base color, so gray yarn. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Row number 9, chain up 1, turn your work. This is what your main side looks like, the right side of your work. This is the wrong side of your work. Okay, now for row number 9, I'm going to stop here and I'm going to detangle my yarn first. Okay, so let's start row number 9. Chain up 1, turn your work, and you're going to make 4 single crochets with your main yarn. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Finish the 4th stitch with your orange yarn, and for the next 13 stitches you're going to work with your orange yarn. There you go. Carry the yarn at the back of your work. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. I'm going to finish the 13th stitch with my main yarn. I'm going to drop the orange at the wrong side. and you're going to make 4 single crochets with your base color. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. You're going to chain up 1, turn your work. Okay, so for row number 10, we are going to make the eyes as well. So you're going to start off with your base color, that's the gray, and make 4 single crochets. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Drop it at the back. Finish your 4th stitch with your orange yarn. When I say drop it at the back, it means that drop it on the wrong side. Now with the orange yarn, I'm going to make 4 single crochets. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now I need 1 single crochet with my base color yarn. So 1, and we're going to finish it with orange. After that, we are going to make 1 orange, and then I need another single crochet with my base colored yarn. There you go. Finish it with orange. Now I'm going to make 2 orange. So 1 and 2. Then I'm going to make another one with my base colored yarn. That's great. There you go. Finish it with orange. I hope that I'm not being too confusing here. And now for the last 3, I'm going to make orange. So 1, 2, and 3. Drop your orange yarn to the wrong side of your work. And finish the row with 4 single crochets. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. For row number 11, you're going to chain up 1, turn your work, you're going to make the first 4 single crochets with your base colored yarn. So 1, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Drop your yarn at the wrong side, pick up your orange yarn, make sure that you're carrying your base color at the back. Make 3 orange single crochets. So 1, 2, and 3. Now I need 2 single crochets with my base colored yarn. So it's going to be 1 and 2. I'm going to move on with orange now, and I'm going to make 3 single crochets with orange. 1, sorry, oops, okay, yeah. Finish it with orange. Now I need 3 single crochets with orange. So 1, 2, and 3. I need 2 with my main color now. One and 2, and then I need 3 more stitches with my orange yarn to finish the end of my pumpkin, the other side. So 1, 2 and 3, drop the yarn at the wrong side, pick up the base colored yarn and make the last 4 single crochets with your base colored yarn. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, so this is what it looks like so far. This is the right side of my work and this is the wrong side of my work. Okay, so let's start row number 12. Chain up 1. With my main color, I'm going to make 5 single crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Then I'm going to pick up my orange yarn and I am going to make 11 single crochets with my orange yarn. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Drop your yarn at the back, pick up your main colored yarn and make 5 single crochets with your main colored yarn. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Chain up 1, turn your work. Now we're going to make, for row number 13, you're going to make 6 single crochets with your main yarn. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Finish your stitch with your orange yarn, and with the orange yarn we're going to make 9 single crochets carrying the base color at the back. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. Let's drop the orange at the back, pick up our main color and make the last 6 single crochets with our main color. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Chain up 1, turn your work. Now with our main color yarn, we are going to make 7 single crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Finish the 7th one with your orange yarn, and we're going to make 7 orange single crochets now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Now I'm going to finish the stitch with my base color, and I'm going to cut the orange yarn, leaving a slight tail over here. I cut the orange yarn, bring it to the back, give it a slight knot, maybe 2, just to secure it, and I'm going to sew it in later. Okay, now the last 7 stitches will be done with the base yarn. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now chain up 1, turn your work. You're on row number 15 now. This is what your work looks like so far. So from row number 15 to row number 18, 15, 16, 17, 18, 4 rows we are going to do with our base color, just the way we did at the bottom. So make 21 single crochets from row number 15 to row number 18 with your base yarn, and I will meet you when we reach row number 18, because we have to give a row of single crochets on all 4 sides of a coaster, and then we have to make the stick as well. So meet me at the end of row number 18. Okay, so after you're done with your row number 18, you're going to chain up 1 and turn your work. Now this is where we are going to give our coaster edging. You're going to place 2 single crochets into the first stitch, because this is our first corner. In each corner you're going to place 2 single crochets, otherwise your corner or your whole coaster is going to scrunch up. You're going to make 1 single crochet all the way to the second last stitch. Okay, so when you reach the second last stitch, in the last stitch you are going to place 2 single crochets. Okay, this is my second last stitch and this is my last stitch, so I'm going to place 2 single crochets here. Now we are going to single crochet all the way down. Just make sure that you put single crochets evenly and it's not too roughly. Just put a single crochet all the way down, and you should have a total of 16 single crochets excluding the last stitch. Between the first and the last, you should have a total of 16 single crochets. Just put them evenly wherever you find a space, because single crocheting on the sides is a best. Okay, here again we are going to place 2 single crochets on the corner. So I've reached my corner here. This is going to be the bottom of my initial chain. 2 single crochets, 1 single crochet all the way to the end here, 2 single crochets here, 1 single crochet all the way up, and slip stitch. We placed 2 single crochets in the beginning, so we are not going to work in the last stitch on the other side. Now after this, if you want, you can even add tassels to your, or a frill or a border. I won't be adding anything to mine because I think it looks good the way it is, but if you like frilly things, add a frill. Each person their own. Now we are going to make a set of different coasters. So in my next video I will be making maybe a cat coaster or the ghost coaster. Like, I'm still in the process of writing the pattern for both, so whichever is done first, I'm going to make a video for that. Now 2 single crochets into the last stitch, turn your work, single crochet all the way up over here, but since we had made an increase in the last stitch, work all the way here and slip stitch. Okay, so I've single crocheted all the way up. I'm going to make a slip stitch into the first single crochet I made initially, which is a little tight, I don't know why, and fasten off. Okay, now it's time to embroider the stick. This is what it looks like. Give it a little tug, a little stretch. You can even block it, but my yarn needs time to settle here, so I'm going to block it later. Take your green yarn, a small strand, not a very big one, and just there you go. Now you're going to embroider the stick. So take your yarn needle and now I have another suggestion. If anyone here wants to put a base on the wrong side, like maybe you can put some felt on the wrong side if you want to hide your wrong side. I personally don't mind because it's always at the bottom, so nobody's going to see it unless I put it upside down, and even if somebody sees it, it's not that bad, you know. Okay, so look at the top stitches here. We have 7 stitches, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So in the middle stitch, just choose a place wherever you want to place the stick, maybe here. Now in the middle stitch, make a cross stitch. Each single crochet is your graph, your Ada. There you go. I've made the first one here. I'm going to make another one right on top of it. There you go. Now if you just want to embroider it like a straight stick, go ahead, do it. Like there's no hard and fast rule. Your coaster, your choice, your art. Now I think I brought it up from the wrong side. This and yeah. Okay. Might look a little stiff, might look a little clumpy and wiggly because your yarn is really tight right now, so you need to block it. And after you're done blocking it, I don't know why my yarn is splitting. I hate it when it does that. Okay, I know that I'm taking a lot of time. You can skip this part of the video if you've already done it. Okay, so I took my yarn out from here. I'm going to put it all the way here on the side, on the opposite end. There you go, it's better. Bring it up the top, and there you go. Now at the back, of course, I'm going to give it a knot. And then I'm going to just hide it in my stitches. As I said, I don't mind my back being messy. Oh, by the way, you can also put a base of plastic canvas if you want. That is totally up to you, your choice. Okay, there you go. Please sew in your ends, block it, and it's done. If you've liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. I really need your subscription, and hit the bell icon so that you get notified each time I upload a video. I hope you enjoyed making this, and in the next video we are going to make a few more coasters for Halloween. Till then, take care. Bye.